welcome back to the channel. It's the champions, the champions, the champions. It's not the UEFA Champions League, it's the AFC Champions League, the Asian Confederation Champions League. Similar to the Copa Libertadores and the African Champions League, and I just want to venture into something new and recap match day 1 of the AFC Champions League. It's similar to the UEFA Champions League, 32 teams, 8 groups of 4 teams in each group. It's a little different, meaning that the teams from the western part of Asia are grouped from A to D, and the teams from the eastern part of Asia are groups from E to H. Groups A to D have the teams from the western side of Asia, and E to H the eastern side of Asia. The teams from the east will not play the teams from the west until the finals. So one team from the west will play one team from the east when they meet in the final. That's the only time a team from, for example, maybe UAE, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, or Uzbekistan can play another team from Thailand, Hong Kong, China, South Korea, Japan, or Australia. Match day 1 of the 2018 AFC Champions League was played between February 12th and 14th. And it's all wrapped up. So I'm just here to recap the fixtures and the results and just, you know, continue this whole learning process of the AFC Champions League and all the teams and the players and stuff like that. In Group A, we have Al-Jazira. They are a team from UAE. And we have Al-Ahli, a team from Saudi Arabia, Al-Gharafa, team from Qatar, and Sazi, a team from Iran. I might not be pronouncing these names properly, but excuse my lack of proper pronunciation. Match day 1, Al-Jazira defeated Al-Gharafa 3-2. We had goals from Romarinho, I guess he's Brazilian, Mabakut, and Al-Atas. And for Al-Gharafa, we had Taremi scoring, I think he's Iranian, and Wesley Sneijder scoring, so he's playing for Al-Gharafa. So that means that's a 3-point for Al-Jazira. They are on top of the table. The next fixture in the group was played between Sazi and Al-Ahli, the Saudi Arabian team, and they won that match 1-0 with a goal from Asari. So match day 1 in Group A, we have Al-Jazira and Al-Ahli in the green. You know, they are the teams that can go through to the round of 16, unless Al-Gharafa and Sazi have something to say about that. Let's move on to Group B. In Group B, we have Lokomotiv Tashkent, a team from Uzbekistan. I actually know a guy from Uzbekistan from my job, so pretty cool. You know, I have to ask him if he know about Lokomotiv Tashkent. The next team, we have Al-Duhail of Qatar, Zob Ahan from Iran, Al-Wahda from the UAE. Guys, I think that Iran and, you know, teams from Iran and teams from Saudi Arabia, UAE, I think they have to play on neutral ground. I read something about that. They have to go to Qatar to play, but I'll elaborate more on that the next time. The fixtures in Group B, we saw Lokomotiv Tashkent defeating Al-Wahda 5-0. I think a guy even scored a goal from the half line. Like, that was pretty cool. I saw that goal. And we had goal from Nivaldo, Alibayev, Sultan, and Rashidov. Well, Alibayev actually scored a brace in that match, and that was probably one of the biggest wins on match day 1. Al-Duhail of Qatar defeated Zob Ahan from Iran, so that's a second loss for the Iranian teams after Sazi got defeated on match day 1 by Al-Ahli. So not good, the Iranian teams right there. We had goals for Al-Duhail. Budiaf scored a brace and Msatni scored a goal. We had Kiros scoring the reply for Zob Ahan. That wraps it up for Group B with Lokomotiv Tashkent on top, 3 points with a +5 goal differential, and Al-Duhail second place on 3 points. Zob Ahan and Al-Wahda 0 points. Let's move on to Group C. I have to move through really quick because there's a lot of groups. Persepolis from Iran. We have Al-Sad from Qatar, Al-Wasl from the UAE, and Nasaf Qarshi from Uzbekistan. The first match was between Persepolis and Nasaf Qarshi, and Persepolis won that game 3-0 with Mensha scoring a goal and Alipur scoring a brace. The match between Al-Wasl and Al-Sad ended in a 2-1 win for the team from Qatar over the team from the UAE. We had a goal from Al-Wasl from Fabio Lima, and Bunja scored a brace for Al-Sad. I really can't say these names properly. But to wrap things up in Group C, Persepolis on top, 3 points +3 goal differential. Al-Sad second with 3 points. Al-Wasl and Nasaf Qarshi yet to come off the mark. Guys, you can also let me know your predictions for who you think will make it to the round of 16 also. And as time goes on, the videos will get better as I learn the names of the teams and stuff like that. In Group D, we have Esteghlal from Iran, Al-Rayyan from Qatar, Al-Hilal of Saudi Arabia, and Al-Ain from the UAE. I actually watched the match between Al-Hilal and Al-Ain. It ended in a 0-0 draw. It was really fun watching. You know, Al-Hilal looks like the better of the two teams, but Al-Ain looks like they're a really, really good counter-attacking team. And I got to see Mohammed Abdul Rahman play. That's Omar Abdul Rahman's brother, and they look the same. I couldn't tell the difference between the both of these guys. So, you know, it was really fun watching that match. In the game between Esteghlal and Al-Rayyan, that game ended in a 2-2 draw. We had goals from Hamdallah and Tabata, and we had an own goal by Tabata for Esteghlal, and Gorbani scored an 88-minute equalizer for Esteghlal. So all the games in Group D ended in a draw. So all the teams have 1 point, but Esteghlal, they're on top because they scored 2 goals, and I think it was an away match for them. So they are on top of the table with Al-Rayyan in second place. Guys, let me know your predictions for the match day 2 games as well. Let's move on to the eastern side. We have Tianjin Quanjian in Group E, along with Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors from South Korea. Tianjin Quanjian is Chinese. And then we have Kashiwa Reysol from Japan and Kitchee from Hong Kong. Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors and Kashiwa Reysol played the first match in Group E, with the Korean team winning 3-2 over the Japanese team. We had goals from Lee Dong-guk and Kim Jun-soo. And actually Lee Dong-guk scored a brace. So for Kashiwa Reysol, we saw Lopez and Isaka scoring goals, but the Japanese team wasn't able to conquer the Korean team. The next match between Tianjin Quanjian and Kitchee ended in a 3-0 win for Tianjin Quanjian over the Hong Kong team, with Anthony Modeste, the former Cologne man, scoring a goal, and Paulinho scoring own goal. Well, not the Paulinho that plays for Barcelona, of course. And Sun Ki scored a goal to wrap things up for Tianjin Quanjian. So we see Tianjin Quanjian on top of Group E, with Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors second. They all have 3 points, but Tianjin Quanjian has the better goal difference, with Kashiwa Reysol, the Japanese team, and Kitchee still without a point. Let's move on to Group F. We have Shanghai SIPG from China, Ulsan Hyundai from South Korea, Melbourne Victory from Australia. Yes, Australian teams are part of the AFC Confederation, hence their participation in this tournament. And we have Kawasaki Frontale from Japan. In the first match in Group F, we saw Melbourne Victory from Australia play Ulsan Hyundai from South Korea, and they played to a 3-3 draw. That game must have been an exciting match to watch. We saw 2 goals from George and a goal from Williams, and for Ulsan Hyundai, we saw a goal from Orsic, and actually Orsic scored 2 goals and Wind Bickler scored 1 goal. These names are weird. These names are really hard to say. And the match between Kawasaki Frontale of Japan and Shanghai SIPG from China ended in a 1-0 win for Shanghai SIPG, with El Kesson scoring the solitary goal. So Shanghai SIPG is on top of the table, and Ulsan Hyundai is second because they got, it was an away match for them in that 3-3 draw between themselves and Melbourne Victory, and we see Melbourne Victory in the 3rd place position. Who do you think will advance to the round of 16 from this group? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's move on to Group G. We see Reysol Osaka from Japan, Buriram United of Thailand, Gansu Evergrande from China, and Jeju United from South Korea. The first match between Gansu Evergrande and Buriram United from Thailand ended in a 1-1 draw with goals from Gulat and Edgar. So each team share 1 point. And the game between South Korean team Jeju United and Japanese team Reysol Osaka ended in a 1-0 win for Reysol Osaka with a solitary goal by Mizunuma. Oh, cool name, Mizunuma. So Reysol Osaka is on top of the table in Group G, and we have Buriram United, the team from Thailand, second, Gansu Evergrande in 3rd, and Jeju United in 4th. Last but not least, guys, we move on to Group H. We see Suwon Samsung Blue Wings. Oh, what a name. The South Korean team. Shanghai Shenhua from China. Kashima Antlers from Japan. And Sydney FC of Australia. The first match between Sydney FC from Australia and Suwon Samsung Blue Wings was a 2-0 win for Suwon Samsung Blue Wings. Oh my God, this name is exhausting to say. 2-0 win with 2 goals from Dejan. He scored a 62nd minute goal and a 76th minute penalty to down the Australian outfit. The next match between Kashima Antlers and Shanghai Shenhua ended in a 1-1 draw. We saw goals from Endo and Moreno. So that wraps it up. That wraps it up for match day 1. We see Samsung Blue Wings on top, 3 points. Shanghai Shenhua in 2nd place, 1 point. Kashima Antlers, 1 point in 3rd. And Sydney FC at the bottom of the table. Who do you think will advance to the round of 16 from this group? I know it's early, but you could also make your predictions down below. Match day 2, guys, will be from the 19th of February to the 21st of February. So I'm looking forward to those games next week as well. We also have UEFA Champions League matches next week as well. I know those are more high profile games, but it's just fun learning about another confederation tournament and stuff like that. So I really like doing this. I'm not going to make predictions for match day 2 of the AFC Champions League. I will just do a recap style, just to recap the match days and, to see who, progresses to the next round. But guys, man, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, I like to say peace out and rich squad.